How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode here on Arena Breakout Infinite. Before we jump into the game, I very quickly want to say this is probably the main and only game you'll be seeing on the channel for a little bit. I'm going to be taking a step away from Escape from Tarkov solely because the game was annoying me quite a little bit. I don't know what it is about the game that was frustrating me, but I think it's the fact that I started to wipe a little bit later. I'm stuck at level 10 and I can't seem to get through the early game tasks. We may revisit Tarkov in the week that I have off work between jobs, just to kind of sit down and actually be able to spend more than like an hour or two playing the game and be able to actually churn out some content that way. But for the time being, we're going to stick to Arena Breakout Infinite. We're still going to be bringing you guys videos here on the channel, just a little bit of a break from Tarkov, just to kind of get my mind back into playing the game. I'm still watching content. I'm trying to get back into the swing of like just being able to play the game the way that I used to play it, which is a lot slower than I have been on this series, let's put it that way. But regardless, we have ourselves all kitted up and ready to go for our first run here on Arena Breakout Infinite. I'm going to double check my missions very quickly before we jump into any sort of raid, just to make sure I know what I am aiming to achieve during the course of this episode. Obviously, we do have the covert ops tasks to do as well, so we'll have a look at those whilst we're in the missions chat, a tab even. But the kit we're taking in this time around is our AK-74N. We do have a 60 rounder in the gun right now, and then we have three 30 rounders as backup. We're taking a little bit of a bigger backpack this time, but a smaller rig, and also we opened a few of our boxes as of rewards from missions and all that kind of stuff. We do have a decent amount of helmets and a decent amount of armor. We just don't really have too many rigs and backpacks. We have two backpacks in our storage there, so once they're gone, we may have to end up going ahead and obviously buying some more, but regardless, we will have a quick look at our missions before we jump into anything. So if we have a look at this one, we need to collect 5 medical items on farm, and we need to deliver those medical items to Evita. We will deliver one of the ones that we have found already, and then we need to go to the basement at Motanen Farm, collect any gunpowder and deliver it to Deke. So that's something that we might be able to do if we do end up going to farm in today's episode. We then also have teamwork, which is eliminate 2 enemies at the farm recycling station, 2 enemies at the farm villa, and we've already done the grain trade center. I found out in the most recent video we uploaded of Arena Breakout Infinite that we don't actually necessarily have to have teammates to get this one completed. We also have exploration, which is our covert ops mission, so we need to go to the motel, and we also need to get out with around 200k's worth of loot. With regards to the next one, we just need to get more loot value up to 1.5 million. We also need to go to places in the armory for Thomas Edwards, and that is pretty much everything we have at this current moment in time. So I think what I'm going to do to start off with, if we go ahead and hit enter, we're more than likely going to go into a normal farm to start off with, just to get ourselves back into the swing of things, and then we'll probably look at going into lockdown after that. We're going to jump into a normal farm run just to try and get the mission where we need to go into the basement and get the gunpowder sorted. Once we've done that, we can look to obviously progress to, say, armory or somewhere else, try and get some missions done there. At the moment, I'm trying to focus on all the missions we have, and then we can go for like loot value, PvP, all that kind of good stuff. Regardless, we're going to jump into a normal farm here to start off this episode, and I'll see you guys when we're loaded in. Ready, so we are in, excuse me, to farm, and we have to go to the villa, and we also have to go over to this exclamation point over here to get a couple of kills. So we may as well head over to the area we need kills to start with. But I'm going to go to our left here, just to see if we can get any militants off of spawn, which we can. But at the same time, I want to see if there's any loot in here. Obviously, I have found out, I've watched a few more videos when it comes to Arena Breakout Infinite, and I have found out that when it comes to the normal normal game mode on farm, or any place for that matter, we won't get as much in terms of loot compared to what we would do in, say, lockdown mode or other modes like that. So it is something that we need to start looking at doing a little bit more, going into the different modes and trying to get a bit more value going for ourselves. But I just want to jump into a pretty bog standard farm run to start with, just to get ourselves back into the swing of things, and then we can look to push on to different places from there. Sounds like we do have movement upstairs, which is more than likely going to be AI, but we'll go and have a look at that in just a moment. In fact, no we won't, because they end up... No, don't do that. I hear movement outside. Lovely jubbly. And I have also learned recently from watching the videos I've watched that there are bots in this game. Wasn't too sure if that was the case when I first started playing, but the more I've watched, the more I've realised that there are bots in Arena Breakout Infinite, and you can kind of tell if they're bots because they take quite a while to end up killing any of the scavs around the map. And I'm probably going to call the militant scavs just to be... I was about to say on the safe side, but more to the point, I'm just going to call them scavs because it's just going to be easier to remember saying scavs than it is to say anything else. But we do need to try and find ourselves a bandage of some description, because we do have a bleed going on, and I didn't end up getting any bandages before we came into the raid. I was about to say, so I'm hoping this player had a bandage on them, which they did, thankfully. I want to see what ammo they had in their AK mags. Let's have a quick look. So it is PP. Okay, we will take the ammo out of these mags, because that's going to be quite handy for us to go ahead and use. And just by judging on the amount of loot this person had, like gear and loot, I want to go ahead and say they are a real player. Obviously, I could be completely wrong there. They could be AI, but just by judging on the amount of loot that they had, just to begin with, I want to say they were a real player. I want to take this rig. Actually, that rig's bigger than the rig we have, so we could probably just go ahead and move these back in, and then do something a bit more like this to take the rig. Lovely stuff. Anything else you want to grab? I mean, we could grab the helmet, I suppose. We'll take the helmet, even though we've got quite a few in our stash already. We'll just grab the helmet. There is an AI out there. Make sure we get inside before we peek. Really? I wasn't even like peeking properly. AI's hit in the stomach there, but never mind. Gonna have to find another bandage now, unfortunately. Go ahead and loot that sugar. See if there's any decent amount of Cohen that we might want to grab in here as well. Anything we find, I may as well pick up for the time being. As I said, though, we're not expecting too much in terms of high-value items from normal mode here on farm. Let's see if this scav had any bandages for us. More than likely not, but we can always check. Nothing in the pockets apart from tape. And then I'm guessing these are all going to be mags, right? First aid kit. We can always chuck that up there, I suppose. But I would like to find a bandage if I can. We'll take the classic chips. How much ammo have we got left in here? More than half. So we're fine with the 60 rounder for now. So we may as well move over to there and there. I'm not going to go back for a scav in there. I want to try and push a little bit further through the map. But I'm not 100% sure where I can actually find, unless, of course, I buy it off of the market, which is probably the best place to do so. to try and find bandages and stuff. And I'm just looking at the top right, and for some reason we have a ping of 140 in this run. Not too sure why, but we do. And that's a bit, not concerning, but a bit strange, because we haven't had a ping that high in any of our raids so far, so that is a little bit interesting. The fact we can still play on this ping is fine, but probably explains why when we headshot things they take a second or two to go ahead and actually bite the dust. So we're going to check in this jacket, see if there's anything we want to pick up before we continue on our way in this run. Insecticide and an old book. We are going to go ahead and leave those. I thought I saw like a med bag or something there, but evidently not. But we do need to try and find a bandage if possible. That is one thing we do need to try and get. I am going to go over to the stables here. To see if the safe has been looted. It looks like the sniper scav is dead. But I want to see if the safe has been looted in here. Which I imagine it possibly could have been if someone's already been through this area and killed the sniper scav. But at the same time there is potential that it hasn't been looted. I'm not sure if I heard a footstep on wood there or not. Just clear the top out. Okay, it looks like it could have been looted because there are a couple of dead scavs in here. Just making sure. Yeah, so it's been looted, that's fine. Not an issue. Have a quick search on the scavs, see if we can find a bandage at all. Found knuckle, but we don't really need any of that if I'm perfectly honest right now. I'm going to assume that this backpack's going to be empty. No, the backpack isn't empty, but it's only got some oak. But yeah, bandages seem to be not null and void, but not as easy to find on scavs as they are in Tarkov. Like Tarkov, you could open up a scav site loot area and more than likely find a bandage quite easily. But for the actual scavs in this game, 9 times out of 10 their backpack's going to be empty. At least that's what I have found when it comes to playing this game. Okay, yeah, that's a locked door, so we won't worry about that. We don't have any keys at present. I do need to try and figure out what keys I need for what map. I think I said that in the previous episode. But we are going to push it over towards our mission area, see if we can find any scavs or operators over here that we can actually end up killing to gain progress to the quest. But right now, doesn't seem likely. And I'm not going to stand in the middle of the open like I did in the last episode over there and check my missions, because that was a silly mistake that we shouldn't have made. There are quite a few dead scavs around here. Kind of hoping that this first aid kit may have a bandage for us. And it looks like it does not. Okay. That's a little unfortunate. Doesn't seem like there's any scavs or operators around here, unfortunately, that we can go ahead and get the kill on. So we'll very quickly ping somewhere else on the map and push over there. And with this bleed, unfortunately, we are kind of churning through our meds quite quickly, which is not quite what I wanted to happen, but it is what it is. We may... Okay, challenge is complete. Don't necessarily know what challenge that's just completed, but it has completed a challenge for us. I'm going to go prone before I loot here, because we're out in the middle of the field. We don't have too much in terms of cover. Still looking for obviously some bandages to try and keep ourselves from bleeding as much as we are currently. Don't actually know if that's worth taking. It's about 4k. For me right now, it is worth it. Sorry, you missed your chance to take the mission. Be faster next time. Okay, it's fine. I don't know what mission that was, but that is what it is. We will take the shotgun because we need to go ahead and kill with a shotgun on, could be farm, I'm not 100% sure, or just in general we might have to kill something with a shotgun for one of the missions we currently have going on. Wasn't going to take my chances with a shotgun there, we would have had to push a little bit closer. But we could, whilst we're in cover, just check our missions that we have going on right now on this particular map. But I am going to search up this office drawer before we do anything else, just to see if there's anything worth picking up from them. Currently, not particularly, but it's worth checking things just to be on the safe side. Battery and a bulb, okay. Nothing really in there. Go ahead and check the business suitcase. And nothing in there either, that's fine. I would like to really find a bandage. I know I keep saying it, but a bandage would be ideal, just to stop this bleeding. Otherwise we're going to churn through literally all of the medkits we have available to us very, very quickly. There we go. Bandage, use. Go ahead and drop this. I'll probably put this bandage onto our pockets at the top, just so at least that way we have them available to use. And I think I'm going to swap my serve kit with this, and I'm going to reload the 60 round mag, just so we can repack this 60 with some more PP ammo. And then we'll probably reload into the 60 again, just so we have that all available. But we're going to have a quick check on our missions for sure. So let's go here. So we need to eliminate enemies at the farm recycling station, which obviously we haven't been able to. We need to go to the villa as well. Eliminate an enemy with a shotgun, submachine gun, complete any raid, exfil, rags to riches, road to riches even. So collect miscellaneous medical items. So we need to go to the basement and motel, okay. So we need to go to the basement and motel and collect the gunpowder, and we need to go to the villa and recycling station, okay. So we may as well head back towards the motel at this point, because we need to go back there anyway, to go ahead and grab ourselves some kills over there. And we also need to go to, is it the motel that means kills, or is it the villa? I can't remember now. I know I've literally just checked it, but I can't remember. We need to go over here anyway. We need to pick up some gunpowder and deliver it through either villa or motel as well. I think it's villa that we need the kills, motel that we need the kills, and villa that we need to go ahead and grab the gunpowder. I'm going to go ahead and hazard guess that this was someone doing covert ops, just by the way that they moved. But it could just be a normal scav, I suppose, as well. All depends on the backpack. Backpack's empty. It still could have been someone doing covert ops. Still has that potential. We have half left in the magazine that we've just repacked. Footsteps to our left. Ow. That might be boss, you know. Could also be a player in here as well. So there's a smoke grenade down. But we need to heal regardless. There's a lot of movement. Like a lot of movement. Put this up here. Go ahead and fully heal ourselves up real quick. Does mean we would have used literally all of our meds, unfortunately. Don't know why I'm not leaning here. Throwing a nade in. I think we already had a full mag, but I'm going to reload anyway. So a lot of movement still to our left. Up here. Okay. Just want to check. Should be clear. Just to hit up and loot and see what we have available to us. Kind of hoping that we get some sort of heals, but you never know. What ammo's in here? PP, lovely. So this could be boss. I don't actually know like what the bosses are in this game at the moment and where they spawn. But I think there's one on farm, and I think that particular boss does actually spawn in this area. Trying to listen out whilst I repack this 60 rounder for any potential movement. But the main thing I'm looking for right now is some meds, because we have run out of meds. Basically full, so we're almost full on the 60 rounder now. Lovely stuff. We'll just hit the reload for the 60 rounder. Make sure we're not in the line of sight of that window. I am going to swap the shotgun, I think, here. Take another smoke grenade as well. Let's go ahead and use this real quick. Just so we have a PK popped. Just by judging of what this AI is wearing. Yeah, this is a boss. There's no way a pocket knife spawns on a normal AI, in my opinion. Ooh, take that. Kind of want this rig, but it's going to take a little bit of time to sort it out, in my opinion. But we still want to try and find some more meds, because an 80 out of 80 first aid kit's not really going to cut it, if you want my personal opinion. But yeah, first boss kill, it seems, of this particular game. I have a feeling someone might still be upstairs. Quite possibly, might be a person, but more than likely an AI, considering they didn't push during the course of the fight we had with the boss and his guards. But at the same time, could well be just a player that's trying to stay a little bit incognito. But we will use up as much as we can of this med kit to hit ourselves as much as possible. But yeah, there's still a lot of footsteps outside, as I was saying. I'm kind of tempted to drop this shotgun, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we'll drop the shotgun in that case. We'll put this up here. We could probably drop the cable, actually. We can eat those, put that down here. We can probably take the cable back. Right, last guard to have a look at here. See if they've got anything worth taking at all. Another smoke grenade. We are full on smoke grenades, believe it or not. It's a syringe, which we do actually need for a task. Let's go ahead and use these. We haven't got any hydration, so we do need to try and find a drink. Or just head out the run, one of the two. But I want to head up here because I'm pretty sure there's like a med case up in this area. At least there normally is. It's normally, I was supposed to say it's normally here. Okay, we do have another medical item, so we'll take that over a smoke grenade. We do still need to try and find some hydration, ideally. So we literally have no hydration at all. Ah, lovely. Let's use this. Drink that all up, lovely jubbly. Pop a PK. This is a player. Who died to another player by the looks of it. Take your bandages. Some more AK mags. What are the odds that that's going to have PP ammo in it? It's a big bag. I think I keep the bag I've got though, if I'm honest. Just by looking at the ammo, they might actually only have PRS. No, PP, okay. Probably just going to take enough to stack this up to 60. And then I will have a quick look at what we need to do at the motel, because I can't actually remember. Going to be completely honest. I know one of the two places we need to go to a basement. Villa or a motel. Yeah, that's going to put us up to 60. Lovely. Right, whilst we have a bit of time. Yeah, so motel is where we are. We need to go to the basement in here. So we need to find the stairs down. To get to the basement. I'm sort of not overly fussed about doing that right now. With the loot that we have on us and the fact that we've killed the boss, it might be worth just heading out of the run if I'm truly honest. So we can always come back to farm at another time. Take the soda so we can drink it. Never mind, I found where we need to go. Just need to find some gunpowder down here, but first and foremost, let's just use the soda. Now, I don't actually know where this gunpowder is found, or even what it looks like in this game. Military supply case. Safety cord. We might just have to open up as many boxes as possible, see if we get lucky for gunpowder, potentially. Or there might be a spawn for it that I'm just not aware of. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. SKS suppress is interesting, but we'll leave it there. Just got to keep an eye on... There we go, gunpowder. Right, we now have 10 minutes to head out towards an exfil. I don't have any PKs on me right now. Let's just very quickly go to the map. Where are we? We're here. So we need to pay 1,500. Do we have 1,500 in our stash? Not quite. Okay, not quite. So in that case, we are going to have to go to path to restricted area. Or the other one across the map. We don't have any PKs, so we are going to double check this guy real quick. Painkillers, use. Lovely stuff, just to stop our guy from making a load of annoying noises. And we are just going to sprint across the map as fast as possible. Okay. Someone over by that exfil. I'm not sure whether it was a player or just a scav, but they were randomly looking at the floor. At least that's what it looked like from where I was standing. But at least this way, as long as we get to exfil and get out within 8 and a bit minutes, then we'll be good to go, because we would have got the mission done to go into the basement at motel, and we would have also got one of our weeklies done as well, which would be very handy. There's another AI over there to our right by the tree and the fence line. Now in front of us. Lovely jubbly. So we've got what, one operator kill, boss kill, bunch of scav kills as well, so not been a too bad of a raid. It's actually been an okay raid so far. Just need to make sure that we don't make any silly mistakes like we did in the previous episode. And would be good. I just saw some movement down at the bottom of those steps. I am literally just going to ignore it and push on, however. Because I think at this present moment, considering we've spent quite a lot of time in this raid, the only people left are going to be scavs and player scavs, I would imagine. There might be other people like myself that have spent pretty much the whole raid in here. But I would also imagine that not too many people would still be around, especially considering we've seen a decent amount of dead bodies across the map, both scav and player. But we will just get to exfil here and get out. So that's actually a really good first run for us. Solid first run for us. A boss kill, couple of missions done, one of which being a weekly. And then we've got, yeah, a full bag of loot and a full rig of loot. We upgraded our rig as well, and we've also got ourselves the knife off the boss, and we've got a little bit of a bigger bag off that raid as well. So only 171k loot value, 18 total eliminations with 1 operator kill. But as I said, with normal farm, I'm not really expecting too much in the way of loot value, so I'll take that for a first raid. And we went from one side of the map all the way to the other, so yeah. But yeah, pocket knife boss token, we'll definitely take that. First boss kill of this particular series. Very, very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. Level 17 now as well, which is lovely to see. So one thing I forgot to mention, whilst we sort out our missions and storage and stuff, is I don't know if there is a way that you can insure items on this game. There might be, but I just don't really know if there is a way that you can insure items. If there is, and you guys play this game, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be greatly appreciative of that. But considering that I've kind of looked everywhere before that farm raid as well, just to see if there is a way that we could go ahead and insure items, and I couldn't find one, then yeah, I don't know where to look. So we need to survive for a total of 3 minutes at TV station and go to the TV station lobby for one of our new tasks.
It's like living in a
but I'm trying to remember
we have to
where the task is. I think is it exploration? No. Where is it? There's a task. Oh, it might be this one. I'm actually thinking about it. So we need one more. Need one more gunpowder, and it looks like we need we need to get red gunpowder. So the blue one's actually not what we're looking for, but it only said, and I seem to remember it only said deliver gunpowder. It might have said deliver red gunpowder. I could have not been looking at it properly, but at least we've started that off. That's the main thing. So I'm probably going to do my usual now and jump into a covert ops. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and move everything that we are going to take into our next operator raid into our stash, just like so. We'll chuck that in there, Let's unload this mag and just pop all of that in there. So we've got a decent amount of ammunition ready and waiting for us to use. I'm going to take the smoke grenade into the next run, but I'm just going to pop it down here. And I am going to take in a decent chunk of medication, I think, because we ran out fairly quickly in that last run. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take one of the battlefield medkits in with it. Actually, not the battlefield. Take a E3 military medkit as well as the other 2 medkits with us. And I'm going to go ahead and put one of the EX painkillers. Oh, I can't put that into my reinforced case. Ah, no, boo. Yeah, I can't put that down there. Okay, so we're going to have to put that up here instead. I was going to be like, oh yeah, we'll put one in our reinforced case. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to do that, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We can't complain about it too much. And one thing I do want to make sure we do before we go into the next run is ensure that we fully heal our operator up, because there is one time, I think, in the very first episode that I almost ended up going into a raid with no health on our operator whatsoever, which would have been a bad situation. But I'm actually going to swap the smoke grenade for a normal grenade, put that down on a quick bar as well. But other than that, that is our operator ready to go for another run. Bundle coupon, we might as well open that whilst we're here on video. We end up getting a BT6 Heavy, which is a Class 5 armor, so that'd be quite nice to take into the more, I was going to say serious raids. You can kind of say they're serious, I suppose, with like Lockdown and the one that we unlock at level 20 as well. But as I said, we're going to go into Covert Ops and try and get our Covert Ops mission done, which is this one here. So we need to go to Motalent Farm, need to bring back 200k's worth of items overall, I do believe. Might be in one run, I'm not too sure, but regardless, we're going to try and get some of this knocked out in this Covert Ops. We only have a pistol, which is a little bit unfortunate, but regardless, we're going to jump into Covert Ops here, jump back onto farm, and see what we can get going there. Obviously, we just need to go to one location and try and get some items to take out with us. The more, the merrier in terms of items and like value, but we'll see what we can get done in our Covert Ops run. Alrighty, we are in to our Covert Ops run. We have got a fairly sizable rig and backpack, in my opinion, for Covert Ops. Mission-wise, we need to go to the motel, so we might as well ping that up whilst we have the ability to do so. And I'm going to try and avoid killing other militants if I can help it, unless they've got like a weapon I really want to grab. Then we might pull the trigger. But with just a pistol right now, probably not the greatest of things to do. Toothpaste, no thank you. Okay, this has been looted, as expected with the dead bodies dotted around. So this is what, class 2. This is probably class 2 as well. No, this is class 1. Let's get rid of that, put the class 2 on. That's a bit of an upgrade for us. And we might as well take all the items we can. Scared the poo out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Thought it was like gonna be a operator just swinging the door and lighting us up for a second. But I am going to go and check pretty much every dead scab that we find. Mostly to see if we could have found another weapon, which we have in terms of the SKS, although it doesn't seem like there's any ammunition spare for the SKS there. We need to head that way. Yeah, we might as well focus on what we're here to do, which is obviously to go ahead and reach, I think it's the motel if I'm not mistaken, but we will take a bigger backpack here and we'll take the rig and roll it up. As I said in the previous episode as well, there's got to be a way that I can roll up the rigs before putting them into like my bag, the rigs and the backpacks, but I haven't been able to do so successfully during the course of my my runs. So if you guys know how to do that, again, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm all open for learning this game as much as possible, so I am enjoying it a lot. It's a game for me that has kind of taken over my enjoyment of Tarkov for the time being. Tarkov's been very rough for me lately, as I was mentioning as we are introducing the episode, which is why I'm taking a little bit of a break from it. We'll definitely come back to Tarkov, as I said, in the week that I've got between my current job and my new job. We'll definitely sit down and have a decent bit more time to go ahead and play that game a bit more. Just another scav there. I just don't really want to kill any other scavs if I can try and avoid it, as I said. I'm just trying to get through this run, get the bits and bobs done that I'm trying to get done. Because I don't want to spend, like, I don't mind spending a long time in like my operator runs, but when it comes to covert ops, I want to try and avoid staying in the runs for too long. Just gotta hope the boss isn't up here, because if boss is up, we get our ass lit up very, very quickly. Now, I know I said I don't necessarily want to shoot any other AI, but I am going to go ahead and shoot him just to get the Uzi, the Mac-10 even. And I'll also take this armor because it is a class higher from memory. Anything in the bag? Nothing in the bag. Alright, let's bring this out. Check the ammo. So there's a few voice lines over there. Never mind, we get shot right in the face by another imposter, unfortunately. Ah, nice shot, nice shot. That was an interesting way to play it. I'm guessing... Actually, no. I was about to say I'm guessing the other guy might have been an operator, but at the same time, I could be wrong. It just seemed a bit too... what am I trying to say? Let's just have it. So, firefight. It doesn't actually tell me who I killed, though. That's the only downside. But I wonder... Oh, eliminate the enemy. There we go. It just says Hobbs Nathan, and then obviously... covert ops using SKS. So I'm guessing we just killed a normal scav and then they were around the corner, which is fine. It is what it is. These things happen during the course of these games. We got to the motel, which is the main thing that we were looking to do. Obviously, I would have loved to have got out with some items towards the value, but never mind. We're just going to have a quick look at... So, storm warning. I want to know where this storm's supposed to be. Farm experienced torrential rain this afternoon. Okay. Just wanted to know where the storm was going to be. But for the next run, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get...
Team up and give it a try.
We could go back to farm to try and get this done. So farm, villa, and recycling station. I think that's what I'm going to do. I might go back into farm, but instead of taking in the kit that we've already taken in, I'm going to try and do a quick kit. So if we hit farm here and select the map, I'm going to take one of my quick kits in. So if you've got a Mosin, a Scar, or an AKS-74U, I'm probably going to take the Scar and try the Scar out. Even though it doesn't have a helmet, the only one obviously that has a helmet is the AKS-74U. But I'm going to take the Scar in as my quick kit, I think, here. I just want to see what the quick kit allows us to do. Also, you've got the advanced sets here, and then you've also got the premium sets, but we've only got a basic, like a load of basic tickets. So I might as well go ahead and use one of these just to try it out, see what it's like. Obviously, we get a different weapon to use as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Scar kit in this run over on farm in lockdown zone. So a little bit different to obviously what we've been doing before. But on this particular run, I am hoping to try and get this teamwork one done. Plus, we could potentially go to motel, go to the bottom of motel and find this red gunpowder. But the main thing I'm looking to achieve in this one is to go ahead and get this particular teamwork mission completed in the lockdown zone with a quick kit, just a basic set, and just see how it goes. Obviously, we're not going to be losing any of our gear, so that would be very handy. And as I said, I don't know if there's anywhere that you can go ahead and insure things. Obviously with a quick kit we won't be able to insure it because it's not necessarily ours unless we get out with the kit. But with our own kit, I don't know if there's an insurance factor or like thing that you can use in this game. But anyway, let's jump into farm, let's go into the lockdown zone, and let's see how things go in something a little bit different. Alrighty, we are in, and we are into something a little bit different to what we've done on farm previously. Where have we've got the same spawn as last raid, right? Yeah, so we have Bridge Fracture and obviously the Villa, and we still need to go to the motel to get the gunpowder. Make sure this is on fully auto before we do anything. And I have a feeling... Why are you running? Ow. Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling the AI is going to be a lot stronger than it was in the previous farm raid we did. Let's go ahead and reload. I don't actually know what ammo we have, so it might not be the greatest ammo in the world either. Let's go ahead and just heal up real quick. Yeah, so as I expected with, I think it was Valley that we did our last like raid in this particular sort of, what am I trying to say? In this particular sort of environment, the AI are a lot stronger, so we need to be very wary of that side of things, for sure. Especially with a quick kit. It feels like I keep saying quick hit. It's not what I mean to say. But especially with a quick kit, we need to just be very aware of ammo and meds and all that kind of stuff. So taking stuff off of scavs is definitely going to be on the agenda, I think, just to make sure we're able to keep ourselves going. Let's go ahead and go back to health. We will put this on here so we don't bleed this leg out that we've just patched up. Okay, so we do have the PP ammo, ironically, in our reinforced case that we would have brought in from our actual kit that we would have brought into this raid. We do have some backup ammo, which is quite nice. Obviously, we did see that and just forgot that we had backup ammo available to us. But regardless of that, we are going to be very wary of ammo, meds, etc. whilst we traverse this map. But we'll repack our mags. We're also trying to listen out for any sort of movement that might be going on around us. We've heard a lot of shots going on across the map, but nothing for us to worry about at this present moment in time. Just go ahead and pop a PK real quick. And then we'll see what the AI had. So AKS-74U without a stock. Reasonably big rig compared to ours. So we'll go ahead and take this. I'm not too fussed about these. Obviously the bag we'll put in, but then we'll also roll it up. Put this in here. Put this down here and roll that up so we can take that out with us. And we are going to take the helmet because we don't actually have a helmet right now. There's another scav up here. There we go, headshot that one. Lovely stuff. Makes that fight a little bit easier for us. Take the oil drum. Okay. 10k for an oil drum's not too shabby. Some movement upstairs, as expected. Stand behind the computer just to make sure we're out of line of sight. Never mind, we won't be out of sight. We could have just leaned out there, I suppose. Pop the painkiller again. Let's try this again, shall we? Take the PSU for now. Take the SSD as well. Okay, what do you guys have on you? Do you have any medication for me? Is the question. Got disinfectant, which I don't really want to take if I'm truly honest. Nothing in the bag. What ammo do you have? Okay, pretty decent ammo to be fair. So we will take the AKM if it will let us. Oh yeah, can't take it whilst we're repacking the mag. Makes sense. Right, let's do this. Put one mag in there, just so we're able to reload the weapons. This is a better helmet, I believe, than this one, so we'll go ahead and swap those two out. Put this in there. Bandage can go up there. We will pop this energy drink because apparently it's going to be helpful for sedation, I imagine. Yeah. Just lean around the corner, make sure there's no scavs waiting for us whilst we come in here. We don't have any room for the silicone, apparently. That can go up there, to be fair. We could probably get rid of that chest rig, meaning we can take this. Chip's worth 9k, may as well take that. Why not? Why not? We'll put this mag down here for now. See if there's any nice ammo out here. So there are a couple of ammo crates that we can have a look at. Really? I don't really want to loot these ammo crates now, knowing that there's an AI down here. Reload our mag real quick. Kind of want to swap my gun over to something that's got a bit better ammo for us, even though we might not have a sight on it. Lovely jubbly. What do you have on you, good scav? Got an AK-102. See if there's anything. We'll take the drink for sure. What ammo do you have? You have some decent ammo as well, okay. It might be worth us in that case dropping this, putting this over here, taking this, taking these, and then off of this, taking this, and the stock, I think. Actually the stock we can get rid of, but we'll take everything else for sure. Armor wise, did I tear it up? I did, unfortunately. Right, let's go ahead and heal up the stuff we can real quick whilst we have the opportunity to do so. We don't have a lot of meds left, so we're probably going to have to think about moving soon towards exfil. And I know I said I wanted to try and get the mission done for the killing things at the villa and the recycling centre. But it might be a case that right now could be better just for us to get out of this run. Let's swap the weapon to the AK. Basically full ammo wise. We did hear some more comms from scavs in this general direction to our left. Please, thank you. I hear footsteps to the left. Yeah, I was about to say we should have dropped him there. Didn't want to assume prone, I just want to heal up the stomach. The unfortunate thing is we don't have a serve kit to be able to go ahead and patch up anything right now. Can't put that on either of those, can I? No. Anything in the bag? Nothing in the bag. Okay, we're just going to have to move towards exfil, I think. That might be our best bet right now. It does mean that we've got to go past, like, Villa anyway, and also the recycling centre, so there is a possibility that we might be able to get the kills we need at those locations whilst we move through the map here. But I'm not overly fussed if we can't get them. It's not a bad raid and not a bad come up when it comes to coming in with a quick kit off the break. Obviously we didn't have the greatest ammo in the Scar, but the two weapons that we have right now do have reasonably good ammo for the weapons they are. I see movement here. I'm not sure if that's... I can't tell if that's a... Ah, there's two. Can't hold the weapon steady, so obviously my arms are broken. If I could hold the weapon steady and I had a sight to do so, I would have probably popped shots at those two. Because it looks like there's two operators over there. But I want to try, if I can, to avoid conflict as much as possible now. With two broken arms, it's not going to be easy for us to be able to hold a weapon down sight very well. Just dropped. I don't even know if that was a player or a scout, but he just dropped someone there. The downside is we know there's two people to our left. So getting any loot out of this particular scav / player might be interesting here. There's still shots in this location. Oh, I missed. I gotta go. If I had hit that shot, then it would have been worth going over there. But right now I think it's just worth us picking off kills as we move through the map, of course, if we can, but at the same time we just need to get out. Having two blacked arms with no surge kit isn't really going to work in our favour in any sort of gunfight. Obviously we had a surgical kit at the start of the raid, but it was only a one use and we had to use it very early on for our leg, otherwise we wouldn't be able to sprint at all. If we just come up here to try and take a bit of take a bit of salvage real quick, we could have had a look at our ability to loot items and how full we are, but we're pretty full anyway, so we are just going to try and keep moving. As I said, we want to try and avoid conflict now. We've got two broken arms, or two blacked out arms, should I say. So any sort of conflict outside of anything like reasonably close to us is going to be quite difficult for us to maintain. Lots of press shots going down behind us still. And I would have happily taken on the two-man over towards stables if we as I said, if we had our arms available to us. But unfortunately we do not. Just check what's in this case before we continue. I am going to take that. It's probably not worth too much money. It's worth what, 8k. This is worth 5k. This is only worth 1. Right, we'll swap those two out. And then we'll just push on to exfil here. Obviously we didn't get anything done towards the task that we wanted to get done. But when it comes to not having any arms, the fights are going to be very, very hard to keep in our favour. I'd rather get out of the loot that we've got, the ammo we've got for the weapons, and the weapons, which gives us a couple more weapons to potentially use in future runs, rather than like pushing fights that we don't necessarily need. And to be fair, a loot value of 209k is really nice to see. We only got scavs during the course of that run, but we'll take it. It is what it is. We aren't going to complain with that whatsoever. We've completed Road to Riches out the back of that particular run, which is nice. And we have got ourselves into Rookie 1 from that run as well. So I'll take that. That's a nice little session right there. Nice little 3 raids done and dusted. And obviously being it a quick kit run, it's a bit like a covert ops run in terms of us having to put everything across we want to keep hold of. Is there anything else? The only thing really would be, can I hit the organisation button? Yeah, there's not really any room. That's obviously the stuff that we've got in there. That's the stuff that we've got in there. There's nothing else we can roll up. Just trying to think if there's actually anything else. We can probably take the Molotovs, and we'll probably take the bandages, because obviously we haven't got any bandages. I'm not overly fussed about taking the weapons. Now that I know I don't really have any room in the stash right now, I'm not too fussed about taking the weapons. Just trying to see what weapons we do have. Like the Uzis we could probably get rid of at some point, maybe. But yeah, no. Okay. Everything else we're just going to sell. And I know it's probably... there was probably a way that we could have like sorted all of that out, but it is what it is. We will definitely take that. So, if we go over to missions and go to weekly, we have now done the Road to Riches, which was to get 200k's worth of items. We actually did that in that particular run on its own, which is lovely. And we are now level 19, which is, I think, 1 level away from a new way for us to go ahead and play the game. But we'll go ahead and get, I guess, in that season points and the armor. And other than that, the rest of the missions are still to be done. But overall, that, in my opinion, was a very, very good episode. Managed to get our first boss kill under our belt, which is lovely to see. We've also managed to complete a couple of missions along the way as well. Covert Ops, we ended up dying, unfortunately. So obviously the 2 operator runs that we had, we completely and utterly managed to survive them, managed to get out with some decent loot, and obviously survived a boss encounter as well. Probably going to be harder for us to kill the boss, I'd imagine, on like lockdown mode and the harder modes the more that we progress within this game. But for me, taking down a boss is really nice to see. First boss I think that we've seen all episode. I could have taken him down before and not even realised it, I don't know. But we have taken down the boss regardless, so I'm very, very happy with that. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please be sure to leave a like, rating and subscribe to the channel for more content from myself. As I said, for the time being, we're going to be focusing on Arena Breakout Infinite, and then in a week and a bit's time, we'll jump back into Tarkov once we've kind of settled down. Once we've managed to kind of get our head back on straight with that particular game, we'll jump back into that as well. I'll leave links to all of my social media and my Twitch channel in the description down below, as well as my other YouTube channels. If you want to go and check those out, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And as always, guys, I appreciate you tuning into this one, and I'll see you in the next one.